What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today we are playing a little bit more They Are Billions, where we've got kind of a curious map here. But once again, it's been like 5 days since I recorded the game last. And I've been playing a lot. Like, seriously, I binged this game last night for like 6 hours straight. It was a little bit sad. All things considered. Taking a look at the supplies that we currently have. It's day 17. And we still... Ooh, we've got an iron mine. That's sort of an interesting spot to be in. Okay. Alright, I've got so many concurrent games running of this particular title right now. I am absolutely in love with this game. And what I love about this game is just how vicious and difficult and absolutely evil this game is. Like, it really truly is. It's a tough game. A real tough game. So on day 17, we kind of want to start... Oh my god, all of my stuff is maxed out. Everything is maxed out. I don't have workers, though, do I? I don't have workers. Well, we've conquered a little bit of land, so that's not too terrible of a look. We need more workers, though. We need more workers. Luckily, I can get us into some more workers pretty rapidly. It's just going to take me a second to find the placement that I want. Got a big old iron field out there. Okay. Okay. So a couple things we want to do right now. We absolutely want to capitalize on all this excess space right here. If we can get in right there and have 14 food from that spot, I don't have a problem with that. And then we also need to start getting this developed out right here. And so if we can get this little space filled in, I wanted to have a look and kind of see what zombies are doing down here. We got shooters, we got some of that stuff happening. I'm going to allow them to clear out the zombies down there for a second. How many... God, we have a lot of soldiers right now. We're actually in okay shape. Holy shit. I logged back into this game to be like, I'm sure it's going to be a train wreck. But actually, we're doing pretty well. I'm actually not doing too terribly. It's funny to appraise oneself like that. To go back in and assume one is doing the worst. And then find out you actually didn't do that badly. I don't know what happened. I find that I get more and more sloppy with this game the longer I play. That's the truth. The more I lose, the sloppier I get. Because I just want to get back to where I was previously. Okay, so we got a couple of runners over here. Should definitely take care of that. Why do I have no sound effects right now? There we go, all fixed up. Apparently I turned off the sound because I was up on Netflix or something while I was playing. That's one of the zombies right there. So the ones that have the black suits on, they tend to be a little bit tougher. They got a lot more HP and they run. I think I should start scouting. We want to start looking into like how we can get out of this place and where we can go to make our lives easier. And so we want to look for choke points that are isolated outside of our base. Expanding in this direction does seem to be an okay plan. Looking in this direction, there are some things that are slightly concerning. But by and large, I think we'll be alright. How much HP does she have? Okay, you can hold down the out button to see everybody's... Uh-oh. Everybody back inside the walls. Everybody back inside the walls. Go ahead and handle that. Don't be afraid to fall back inside your walls if you're scouting or you're trying to clear out a zombie horde and they start to overrun you. Just don't lose soldiers. Do the best you can not to lose soldiers. What we really need right now is we need a wood shop. If we don't get a wood shop up soon, we're kind of wasting our time. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of great ground to build it on. However, that being said... I can sort of just drop it wherever, and it shouldn't be that big of a deal. That is going to use up a lot of our workers, like a lot of workers. However, be aware of the fact that you can use blind zones like this down here to place buildings every now and again, and so it might be worth looking into. However, for the moment, I think we're probably just going to waste a whole lot of resources because I don't have a lot of stuff going on at the moment. A warehouse would be nice, but... sometimes you don't get what you want in life. Sometimes you just don't get what you want. I could put another house right there. Wow, we crammed this pretty tight. Okay. Another one right there wouldn't hurt, although I was smart in the sense that I did leave myself room for some catapults. And so, I'm sorry, some ballistas. So maybe we'll be a little bit better off. They're down here shooting away. The fundamental function of ballistas is you want to put in ballistas so that you don't actually have to man a wall. That way you can take your units out. Normally, society doesn't like it when you just take your unit out in random places. But in this game, you can take your units out wherever you want. If you have multiples, take them out wherever you feel like it. I'm going to start pushing in this direction because I think it's wise. And we really want to be clearing towards an objective right now because we're going to be very space deprived. We're going to be incredibly space deprived until we start pulling some Zeds and killing some things off. We should have our wood shop up and running very, very shortly. As far as everything else is concerned, though, we're basically capped out on the things that we want to do up until I find a little bit more space. I think there's the reasonable possibility that we should be able to drop some houses in here. Not a lot, just like one or two every now and again. Might be worth it to pick up our wood supply too, but I'm not mega sold on that for right now. The only way that I've done poorly on this map that I'm seeing right now, looking back at my previous work, is I haven't capitalized on blank spaces very well. So these houses are all right down here, but these houses are a giant mistake because these houses are up on grass, and once we unlock farming, I've definitely wasted some space on this map. It's funny gaining experience and coming back and playing a title after a little bit. It really is. Because you start to see like little mistakes and things that you've made. I have no idea what that is right there. I never got to capitalize on that resource yet, but it looks like I might be able to in this game, depending on how badly the enemy wants to take me out. We've got zombies going off in that direction. We got zombies going off in this direction. I would love to have a few more units down here. We are a little bit cleared out up at the top on this side, which I think is a good thing. That means I can drop another pylon right here. And we can start thinking about, if I can clear this out down here, we can make another little pinch point down here. Just something else that I can exploit in order to keep us moving forward. I would highly recommend that in this game you make use of the push pause. I use it all the time. Sometimes I play for 20 minutes and I accomplish very, very little, aside from just planning things out and making sure everything's in the spot that I want it to be. I would love for you guys to not get eaten by zombies today. These guys might be a little bit force deprived to accomplish what I want out here. But we should be able to help that out pretty soon. Let's go ahead. Actually, I'm going to need food. So let's just spam archers for a little while. We're going to spam archers for a little while. I think it's actually a fairly decent strategy to spam archers till like day 30 or so. Day 30 or 31, and then after that you want to start transitioning into soldiers. But at the moment, I just need this to get done so I can actually start not wasting resources. I've been very inefficient about the way that I've done this. Give me the research cottage, and then once the cottage is done, we'll start worrying about the possibility of farms. I'll probably drop one right there. I may bulldoze a house or two, or maybe that right there in order to build one up here. But we got to do what we got to do for right now. You guys push back out. I'm beginning to wonder if there's not a city down here. If there's a city down here, this is going to be a little bit more difficult to pull off. You go around the back. You're a little bit more wounded than I would like you to be. Just kind of stand right here and kill anything that comes along the way. I'm not quite brave enough yet to start pushing down into this area because if you look, there are some runners and things down in here. There are some tougher zombies. It may also help to keep the riflemen up and out of this because they tend to pull a lot of aggro with their rifles. And so where are we getting hit from? We're actually not getting hit from that many places. We should be alright. We got a couple of archers out here that I just sort of left there like the noob that I am. A little bit of a noobish mistake, but we are fairly well surrounded right now. And I don't like that. I think this might be a decent target up here. It takes pressure off of this corner, and it might work out. Downshot is it's going to leave a gap in my wall. But if I knock out that tower and I go that way, I could wall that, and wall that, and grab myself a nice little piece of real estate. Yeah, I don't know what the right choice is for right now. I don't know. Keep creeping them forward ever so slightly. How many archers have I picked up down here? You guys come down to this side and continue to assist. You guys come down this way, continue to assist. I'm actually going to leave skeleton crews on each wall. And we're just going to make a big Zerb mob of killers down here so that we can start working on things. We're almost done with our house research, so the age of us wasting resources will be over momentarily. And then we'll be able to dump a little bit more cash into upgrading some of these buildings. However, as you can see, our food supply is a tiny bit low. So I'm going to prioritize researching farms next. Another thing that we can do is we can drop another fisherman's hut down in here if we really have to. Oh, I can get one right there, though. I can get one right there. Are all of these 13? Those are all 13. 13 is the loneliest number that you've ever seen. Yep, just keep shooting. Just keep shooting. Yep, don't let them get after you. A few more archers down here to really bring the machine gun fire up to par. There we go. Just keep shooting zombies down this way. I don't know if I want to wait until the next horde to try and expand out and take this area. I haven't decided yet. Who's the most wounded? You fall back into the lines real quick. Make sure you're, like, microing a little bit. Like, I don't like to do it because I'm not an RTS player. I'll be honest with you, micromanaging units drives me crazy. However, that being said, farm's still gonna take a little while to get done. Okay. Well, we got enough workers for right now, so I am going to continue. How's everybody's HP looking? It's looking okay. Yeah, we've got a pretty sizable horde down here. I don't know if it's going to be manageable to break through here. Keep an eye on people's HP. If I can avoid losing units for right now, that'd be fantastic. Fall back to the walls. Fall back to the walls. They're getting a little bit... They're getting a little bit riled up. This might actually be a mini horde. Every now and again, what the AI is going to do is they're going to try and hit your wall with like a mini wave. Basically, they're going to... It's like the normal waves that come through, but it's going to hit an opposite wall from where the wave is going to come from the next time around. And so just be careful about it. Keep an eye on it. It does happen from time to time, and it tends to happen at the worst possible moment. Like, I do think the AI in this game is actually very, very smart by comparison to most. Yeah, by comparison to most RTS AI, it's actually pretty smart. I had somebody pop into chat that I don't know if they were associated with the developers or like how they knew what they knew about the game, but apparently every single one of these little zombies out here has its own AI, and each one performs like 10,000 calculations a second or something like that, like checking your defenses and like checking spots. Even when they're just standing still over here, they're waiting to be activated, and they're checking for like paths to come in and wreck your shit, which is kind of a interesting place to be. I'm gonna get spike traps next because I find those to absolutely be pivotal to your defense. I can get a 54 farm right there. I'm gonna take it. Hands down, not gonna lie about that. I need it. I need it very, very badly. Other opportunities we could sort of look at. If I bulldoze you, can I fit in a better farm right there would be my next question. We also need energy. So as soon as we've got 20 wood stored up, we're going to make ourselves some more Tesla towers. Or, I'm sorry, not more Tesla. You get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. You are way too wounded. Go sit inside for right now and recuperate. We are starting to make progress on these guys. Don't get discouraged. Sometimes it can feel like you're not making progress with a horde, but we absolutely are, actually. We're clearing these back pretty well. And so what I would recommend now, too, that we're moving again, is that we need to start dropping some towers out here. Let's make sure that this cat isn't getting in the way of what we're trying to do. We are running a slight risk of special infected right now, which is not good. I mean, I don't really feel like dealing with special infected for right now. Since you're wounded, you go stand by this Tesla over here and just sort of do your thing. Make sure nothing hits that. Like, just stand there, be a bro, do your thing. That fool's gonna try and do something rowdy right there. So kill him before he gets to the tower and converts everybody into zombies, and we have a horribly messed up day. Alright, so this building over here is looking pretty solid. Got another runner over here. She might need backup. She might need backup. She's a little wounded. Like, I worry about her safety ever so slightly. Keep pushing directions. Basically, the more zombies we have dead, the happier I'll be. We have buildings completed up in here, so that's going to take care of our food supply for a little bit. My next goal would be to swap in some power wherever I can. Yikes. We are really out of space on this map. We are out of space like crazy. I don't really want to bulldoze houses right now, though, either. All the normal places there I would normally put down. Yeah, that works. That works right there. That'll have to do for right now. It's kind of one of those that'll do pig moments. I don't love that spot, but I don't hate it either. Alternatively, I need to start getting walls built down here. So rather than spending a whole bunch of time, you two come over to here and just make sure nobody messes with that, if you could please. Exactly. Just like that. And then we are going to push forward ever so slightly, just to keep them cleared off just nice and tight. As long as nobody's super wounded, we should be good. Watch them HPs. Less than satisfactory, ladies and gentlemen. Super less than satisfactory. You have all disappointed the hell out of me. I don't like being disappointed with all of you, but when you disappoint me like this, You guys fall back. There must be a city or something down there. That's what I'm thinking. There must be a city or something down there. Go ahead and fix that. Get it all set up. And if you guys can stand like right there, I think the gun guy is what's causing the problems. I think he's just making too much noise. Yep, I can't have him right there, so please get rid of him. And as soon as he is gone, we will make a vertical wall right there. I probably could get more greedy and take more space, but I'm getting worried about our second wave right now. And there's nothing stopping me from just bulldozing this after the fact. And I would much rather get greedy in this direction. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. You guys go guard that wall right there. I'm gonna put you on guard duty and hopefully everything will be okay. Everybody sort of spread out. Push forward ever so slightly. Don't overdo it though. You start overdoing it, I'm gonna get frustrated with you. Yep, please kill the thing that's chewing on your face. That would be a good place to prioritize targets, me thinkies. I think that would be a really solid spot for you to stop getting killed. And a lot of this comes down to how far out I can clear before the next wave. And that is truth, my friends. That is truth.
What do you want now?
I mean, so far we're clearing out okay. I'm gonna need way more space, though, is the downshot to this. We're wasting money at the moment, so give me the Grand Ballista. And then we've got food now, so this is not that big of a concern. I can actively start converting houses over. Now, the downside to moving downwards, I guess, would be the way of putting this. Probably drop that right there. The downside to pushing in this direction. Please don't pull too many black zombies. The ones with the black tuxedos on are the ones that you really got to keep an eye on. You pull a few too many of those. You guys all double back to here. Yeah, there's something down there. There's definitely something down there. We're getting far too much of a fluctuation in zombie counts when we're trying to push that way. There's got to be something down there. It's actively spawning zombies on us, and I can tell you that 100% having played the game quite a bit. It's spawning them on us. We're not killing static spawns right now. I'm like 90% sure that we're actively being spawned on. It's okay, though, because you guys are just going to hold right here. Don't push too hard, don't get too aggressive, just kind of do your thing. Yeah, and they're gonna hit us from the south right now. They are gonna hit us from the south. How did I know? The game does optimize, so one of the reasons the game is so difficult is because the game actively looks at your defenses before it decides where to spawn enemies at. it has kind of a priority system type deal that it runs with. We got a few more archers over here. This wave 2 is going to be nasty for us. It's going to be very, very nasty because we have not put up defenses or anything yet. What we really, really need right now is a couple of ballistas. If we can get ballistas in, I'm going to bulldoze those so as not to bolster the zombie hordes down there. And we're going to get hit probably like right here. With 2 ballistas, we should be solid. Alternative options that we can also go with is spike pits. Spike pits are very useful. Downshot to this game is that there's no way to bulldoze stone and things like that that's in the way. And so you kind of just have to work around that, and there's not going to be a whole lot of things you can do aside from just live with the fact that things are in your way and that that's going to be obnoxious. Given the fact that our food supply is somewhat limited and also space constraints are a little bit bad, we're going to struggle a little bit. We're going to struggle a little bit, but I don't think we're going to suffer too hardly. I mean, this game comes and goes. Sometimes you have a good game where you make it like, you know, to day 60, 70, 80. Sometimes you have a bad game where you barely make it out to like wave 2. It's just kind of a function of the maps and the things that happen as you go through the game. So there's a couple of ballistas right there. That should definitely help us take the edge off of this next wave. I may consider bulldozing these houses and pushing them backwards ever so slightly so that I can have another ballista right there. But I don't think that's going to be an option for right now. I don't think that's going to be an option for right this second. Other alternative options that we can also bring in is we can pull some of the guards off of this place over here. Rubber band box is deciding not to work. The game does have the occasional control issues, like there's a delay when you click. Like you click and then they move. Shit, they're going over here. Well, shit, that's looking like a wipe. We had one that jumped the wall right there. We got some pretty serious problems to deal with. Yep, get up in there, get up in there, get up in there. Oh, it's too tight. We can't get in. Yep, that's going to be a wipe. Those wall jumpers are just... I've had that happen 2 or 3 times now where a wall jumper will go and get you. And so what the AI did right there is the AI got to right here. It looked and it saw this wall was defended, so it went after this one, knowing full well that I couldn't get defenders over there. But yeah, that's another wipe for us right there. That is another wipe. Damn, those wall jumpers are brutal. I hate those wall jumpers. I've been wiped 2 or 3 times now by suicide wall jumpers. They're already inside the gates, though. There's not going to be much I can do down here if they're already inside. Definitely not going to be a whole lot we can do in order to hold that back. Fall backwards ever so slightly. Just kind of let them chew on stuff for a minute. They are going to get choked out right there, which is super problematic for them. Fall back again. Oh, never mind. We didn't get them all up there. Yeah, that's definitely a wipe. I was hoping maybe we could hold right there. But wall jumpers. So we didn't really talk about wall jumpers in this playthrough. So there's a special infected that can jump your walls. They are super annoying. They're actually probably my #1 most frustrating mob in the game for right now. Because what they'll do is they actually will check for blind spots in your defense. So I'll give you an example. Last night I lost a game where I had a wall that was all ballistas. There was a gap in the line of sight of the ballista that was like 2 tiles wide. It ran specifically to that spot, jumped that exact spot, got inside, got all my buildings and wiped me, even though I basically had a perfect base that was almost impervious. Like, I was in a really good position that game, and they still managed to wipe me that way, which was pretty crazy. You guys fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back. Let them chew on the headquarters for a second. I don't think this is going to be recoverable, but we can try. We can try. And so wall jumpers. Wall jumpers are rough. Wall jumpers are very, very rough. That was not something that could have been foreseen. That was just one of those random things that happens when you play this game. Let's reload back in and we'll do another game. That wasn't how I wanted to lose this campaign, I'll be honest with you. That wasn't how I wanted to lose that one. But that's the way it goes sometimes. That's the way it goes. That's just the way she goes, Rick. My name is Splattercat. This is They Are Billions. I hope you guys enjoyed the playthrough. Today we learned about the subtle joys of wall jumpers. Wall jumpers. They will jump straight through your wall. They will ignore your defenses, and they will go for the nearest undefended building. And it is super annoying getting rid of them. I will see you all next time. Thank you for stopping on in. Hi, do everybody.